Hello everybody, welcome to my art stream today. Hope you're going to enjoy it. I'm going to continue with doing some painting for the January DechART challenge. And yeah, I did a cartoon last week. This week I want to go and paint the lovely Jagsy, our lovely local Jaguar at the Cat Survivor Trust. Very worthy charity, based in Hertfordshire. If you want to look it up, I might put a link in the chat during the break. So if you're interested. But anyway, so I'm also using a new setup for streaming. So I've gone over from Twitch Studio, which seemed the logical choice for streaming on Twitch, but it's a bit rubbish, to be honest. And I've changed over to OBS Studio. So if there's anything happening, any technical difficulty, I can't speak, so that's one difficulty. So yeah, problems may arise, but hopefully the software is going to work out better. I've already set it up so that it should capture. Yeah, it looks like it's capturing my microphone. So hopefully I won't have to worry about switching audio sources anymore. So no longer pressing or not pressing the mute button on the microphone, or forgetting to unmute myself, or forgetting to put on the music and whatnot. So let's see how this works. I'm going to watch the stream after it's done to see if everything actually is showing up and, well, sounding up, I guess, as it should. Anyway, without much further ado, let's get painting. Okay, so that should be, yeah, that's looking promising anyway. Okay, so let's start with just a with oil paint. I think oil paint. Should I do oil paint or should I try watercolors? I really would like to try watercolors, to be honest. Shall I try watercolors? Is anybody in the chat? First of all, let me check if there's anybody in the chat and say hello. Hello, joint effort. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying it. If you've got any questions, any comments, please type them in the chat. Just one rule, really. Be nice to others. I will check the chat occasionally. It's just a little bit tricky. It's on a different monitor, and I tend to get quite caught up in the painting. So I will check ever so often. So please don't be offended if I don't answer straight away. Anyway, yeah, oil paint or watercolors. Boom, boom, boom. So I've got the. Okay, let's see how this looks, kind of. So I've got. Let's see if we can get the normal coat color of our Jags. Okay, watery brush. Let's try watery brush. No, that's not what I want. And I'm on the wrong layer, so that's why. Okay. Okay, that's not showing up at all. Oh, I think that's the one that I use for diluting. Okay, let's try a round watercolor brush. Okay. I want something that layers like that. No, not really. Not really. What have I got? Other watercolors. So many brushes to choose from on Clip Studio. It's amazing. It's wonderful. But until I've actually got the hang of all of them, that may just be a little bit much. Let me just turn down the volume on my microphone a little bit. That seems to be a little bit on the high side. So, see, I'm hoping that I'm twiddling the knob in the right direction. Who knows? Actually, I can adjust it via OBS Studio. So let me just turn that down a little bit. Okay, so what else have I got? Uneven layering brush. Well, that's kind of nice. Let's see what else I've got. Opaque watercolor. I think I used that in the past. Actually, is that my pencils? Oops! No, don't want to go on that. I do not want to go on that. I need another layer. So I'm going to put that underneath here. So that's my pencils, and I'm going to lock that so I don't do that again. So this kind of watercolor. How does this blend actually? So let me see how that blends. I kind of like that. Alternative would be oil paint. So let's, which is very similar. No, that's not a normal color. I think I'm going to stick with oil paint, to be honest. Which seems to be quite a nice medium. So let's just block this out with quite a hard. So it's not the color I want. That's quite orange for Jagsy. Mind you, the photo I'm working on was taken on an overcast day, and she is actually quite bright. Let's go with that. Yeah, let's just block this in really broadly. Okay, and then that kind of blends into white. Oh, okay, now I want a much softer brush for that. Much softer. And actually whiter, I think. Even lighter. So let's get a bit of a blend going here. Okay. So she's actually quite white around the nose, almost completely white. Actually, I should really put in a more of a solid color background. Just going to go with a neutral gray for this. Just fill that neutral gray. There we go. Okay, and back to painting, and an eraser. Let's see. Okay, so still just blocking in. So I've got fairly pink nose. She does. Okay, let's make that smaller. Make it quite a bit smaller. And that needs to be a hard brush. needs to be erased actually, because I don't want those two colors blending into each other. Right, let's make that brush a bit bigger. Okay. All right, then there's a bit of white, just that needs to be smaller around here. Okay, let's make that now a very soft brush. That's just going to blend in here. Goes quite wide down here. Right, and then we've got a pretty dark, almost black. So let's make that a very soft, small brush. Just a bit of shadow around here. And then, much smaller razor, much smaller. Because I don't want that blending in too much at this point. All right. That really actually needs to be black. Why is this not black? Because it's oil color and it blends, that's why. Oh, okay, make it harder. Make this whole thing a bit harder, really. It'll work. Make this probably black. Black up here. Okay, that needs to be darker, and the white's actually coming a lot more to the fore here. Right, and then fairly soft white, because there's more white on the nose here. Okay, blend that in a little bit further. Oh, too big. Blend brush. Oops, no, I don't want to blend in pink. I just need a bit more white coming out here. Okay. And this is a lot whiter. This is a lot, much whiter. Make that much harder white. Okay. All right, now we've got more black. So this one is pretty well defined, the black in the eye. Actually, and I don't really want that. I don't want a lot of blending here because there is really no golden coat underneath that, because it's an eye. This is skin. It's actually a fairly hard border. So, better. I can make that a little bit bigger. Okay, and I don't know why I filled in the middle, because that's where the eye lives. All right. Well, let me zoom in on that. I do love digital photography. I'm just checking on the chat. Anybody said anything? No, everybody's very quiet. Very quiet. Oh, some people here. Hello, Emoflub. How are you? Yeah, doing some artistic stuff today. Okay, so actually, yeah. So that I'm just going to go for India ink. So eyes are a wee bit on the greenish side. So this yellowish green. And God, that is small. That's one small. Right. Can barely see my pencil markings here. Oh, hello there. How are you, Clarifite? Yeah, doing some more Jagsy. Okay. So, I've got a black pupil in the middle. She's actually quite small, so it was actually quite a brightish day. Interesting fact, big cats don't have slit pupils. They have round pupils like humans, not like other cats. And that pupil, I put that in the wrong bit because it's a lot higher up actually. No, actually I'm going to put that in later. Because now I need to do, okay, let's pick that. Let's go back to this. Tone that down a bit. Go with a very soft brush. And am I going to go for a shadow layer? No, I think I'm just going to do this hardcore. Going to do this hardcore and put the shadow in. Put that all in one layer. And then have a much harder shadow up here. Okay, and a highlight. I'm going to do that. Now the highlight goes on top of the pupil. So pupil first. I'm going to regret this. I know I'm going to regret trying to do this all basically in one go. So there's that. I really want some of the texture of the eye first, because that's not good yet. Right, let's go with a very hard and very small brush here. So let's put in some more orangey tints. Which does not look right. I know this is my brain. This is my brain saying that's how an iris looks like, but it's not correct. Okay, I need to just have a very quick look at how I did eyes in paintings other than this, because I know I've got a study of an eye, a human eye, but iris is an iris is an iris is an iris. Where did I put that? Where did I put that? Digital painting course. Yeah, I'm doing a digital painting course. So, actually, okay, so that was done with basically just those kind of lines. Interesting. Okay, but I think I see what I'm doing wrong here. So let's take that away. Right, so I don't have quite as much right, let's go with a right, let's go even softer, and let's go and put in some orange. Actually, can I make that even softer? Or I think the brush actually needs to be a little bit bigger. A bit of green. Okay. Right, let's try and put in the pupil now. Okay. So, and we've got much more shadow up here. Actually, let's make that even harder brush. Just here over the lid, There we go. All right, and finally put in. There's quite a large highlight in there. Yeah, not quite that white. Not quite that white. Actually, the highlight. I'm going to put the highlight on a different layer. Because I may want to. I want to change the opacity of that. Actually, it's weird when I look at the picture. It's quite interesting. Yeah, sure. Yeah, feel free to pop in any other day. I'm going to be streaming next on Thursday. Tales of Monkey Island. That'll be very silly and entertaining. So yeah, feel free to pop in then. Okay, and take care in the meantime. Yeah, the great thing about the image I'm working from is that when I look closely at the eye, and I'm not going to put that in, but when I look at the eye closely, no, that's not working either. I can actually see myself taking the picture with a camera. So yeah, like in that James Bond movie where he looks deep into the Bond girl's eyes and sees the assassin coming up behind them. And yeah, one of the old ones, Sean Connery. So okay, let's sum that out. Actually, yeah, I might leave it like that. I might leave it like that for now. All right, back to the eye. Oh, where's my mouse going? Where is my mouse going? There is my mouse going. Okay, and then I also have quite a few highlights around the bits of the eye. So there's highlights around here, just down there, and some, and that. No, that actually is too white. So let's tone that down to a bit of a grey. And where the tear duct is. And don't just put it in where you think they should go. That is the hardest thing I find with painting. That my brain, right side of my brain does, or rather left side of my brain, yeah, left side of my brain does not want to let go. Okay, so we've got actually a very dark black just around here where the tear duct is. So that goes here. And there are some highlights in there. So got a bit of highlight here. Very definite one there. There. Okay. And now let's go for a softer brush, because that kind of blends in a little bit more. There's no really, nothing that's really that hard. Right. And then this bit is actually quite, lightens up quite a bit. So what's the color I've got there? So that actually goes more to brown. So let's, oh, I'm still on the wrong layer, aren't I? Yes, that's why this is getting really weird. Right. Okay. Let's erase what I don't want from here, which is all of this. No wonder this didn't blend properly. Right. Let's try that again, shall we, children? Okay. So I've got the tear duct coming out here. And make that a little bit softer, because up here is a lot darker, as this is in shadow, proper shadow. Make that softer there, blend that in. Blend that in a bit more, right? That's getting again much lighter around here. Yeah, actually, it does get, no, it doesn't get quite that light. That's, yeah, more like that. It's not looking that bad. Okay, and she actually does have eyelids. Eyelids? Of course she has eyelids. Can't Bennett. She's got eyelashes. Very, very small eyelashes. You can just about see, maybe not. Okay. All right. Let's. Oh! I forgot the highlights down here. Right, and the coat around the eyes. Oh, hi Jelly, how are you? Okay, so this is, let's keep that reasonably hard. The coat around here is quite a lot lighter, and it's actually quite well defined, the this particular bit of coloring. So there's quite a sharp edge to the rest. And God, I should have done that before I do the eyelashes. Yeah, I think I need to go over those anyway, because this is much lighter up there as well. So let's just take those out anyway. Right. Now let's make this soft and blend that in a bit. Oh, thank you, Jelly. I do try. The spots is going to be what's going to get really, really tricky. Okay. So talking about this color, that's going to be very similar here. Because we've got quite a pronounced eyelid here, that's actually going to be even whiter. And then again some quite dark. And well, you can barely see it. There's another, just a little bit of an eye you can see there. And although I can't see a pupil, I'm going to put that in because otherwise it'll just look blind. Actually, let's put that in. That looks weird. Yeah, of course it looks weird. That is entirely the wrong place. Right. And so there's going to be quite a dark shadow here, top of the eye. Oh God, what have I... oh God, I've been on the wrong layer again. So what have I got here? Ah, bollocks. Ah, bollocks. Right. It really should only be the highlights. Right. Lock. Don't go back there. I can draw lashes. Good to hear. Okay. And now the same thing again from the start. Right. Just do a close up here. And let me get back to my reference picture. Right. So, pretty dark up here. That's all in shadow. Okay, let's lighten that up a bit. Again, that's got a few quite distinct, well, not highlights, but there you go. And then I just need to blend that in a little bit. Okay, yeah. Monkey Island, Thursday. I'll see you there. So actually I'm going to have a very hard black line going down here. Right. And back to brush. Okay, that overrun just a little bit too much. Okay. Yeah, honk to you too, Jelly, if you're still there. Okay, now I want to go in here and put in some highlights. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm not terribly talkative at the moment. The more I concentrate on this, the less talkative I get. Apologies for that. So let's log this again and go back to my normal layer and go back to a fairly hard brush. For this bit around the eyes. And over here. Right, and then dog. And darker still, just up the top here. I've got the real shadow on the pupil. All right. Now let's try and put the pupil in there, so that it does not look weird at all. Let's try that. As you see the top bit of the high. Okay, what does that look like? Actually too high. That is still too high for the pupil. So let's go and undo a lot. Undo the heart. There we go. Maybe I need to use a bigger brush for this. Looks kind of weird though, doesn't it? It's the wrong color. In all honesty, I don't even see the pupil in my reference photograph, so maybe I should just leave it out. Maybe I should just leave that out. See what that looks like. I can always put it back in later. So this really should be a lot darker anyway. Ooh, no, wrong brush there. Okay. And unlock that because there needs to be. I need to have a highlight in there. Even if it's just a tiny little one. Well, maybe a little bit bigger. And brighter. Probably too high. Right. Yeah, the weird thing is it looks far too far in. But that's where the eye is. The eyelids are that thick. But it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right in the painting. Well, I'll deal with that later. And now let's just stick with the less detailed stuff. Okay, so we've got a fairly pretty dark inside of the ear. I don't need a much bigger brush for that. So that's here, and then block that out in white. I am still okay. That I can leave as it is, but the transition, that needs to be softer. Right, that's smaller. Right, so I've got some white, so that's the inside of the ear, which is actually quite tufty, and this needs to be much darker. And then we actually have a quite definite black streak here. Oh yeah, and there's a top of the eye I've got. Oops. Right. And now let's take this very, very soft. This goes down here. Blend that in a bit more. A very, very soft blend. Needs to be smaller brush. Just soften that up just a tiny little bit, because it is fur, so there are no real hard lines there. No, not as completely hard as all that. Right. And of course we've still got the eyelashes, so let's try and put those back in. Right. And actually those eyelashes are going to be reflected in the eye. No, that's not quite right. Maybe I do need to make that just a very very hard brush here. Okay, so that's the reflection. And oh my goodness, okay, I've been at it for an hour, so I'm going to take a 5-minute break, stretch my leg, get myself something to drink. And yeah, hopefully the countdown timer on this one is actually going to work. I've had so much trouble with Twitch Studio with that. So let's see. I'm going to switch over to break and I'll see you in... Alright, hello, welcome back. So yeah, hope you're all nicely hydrated, well rested. Got to stretch your leg a bit, fed the cat, fed the dog, fed the spouse, children, whoever you may want to feed. Anyway, so let's get back with Jagsy. Those spots are going to be tricky. I already know that those spots are going to be so tricky. I still don't know what to do about the offside eye, because it looks weird even in the photograph. I know the photograph is correct, but it just looks weird. It's annoying. And I need to erase a bit of there. That got entirely too fuzzy. Okay, so with a very hard and very small brush to put in some of the ear tufts, which are absolutely everywhere here. There we go. Right. And of course I've got... Oh! Okay, there's more to the ear. There's more to the ear than that. Right. Okay. Let's do a bit more of that. That was a bit of a bummer. All right. Let's make that a bit bigger. Right. Right. Let's... get rid of those starters. Okay, and now let's blend that up a bit. Very soft blend. Oh yeah, and that needs to be extended much higher, with a much harder brush. Oh. Am I still? Oh no, I'm in the blender. I'm not in the brush. That's why it's not working. All right, back. Brush. Small, hard brush. Right. Okay. Now let's go for the little hairs again. Oop. Smaller, smaller, even smaller, even smaller, even smaller. Is that too hard? I think that brush is too hard. Let's just undo that. Right, let's tone a notch. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's see, because the nose is slightly different colors, so I need to go with a very soft brush, and I'm going to go quite large, larger than that. No, not quite that large. Yeah, I will need to tidy that up. Ooh, no, no, no. Okay. And then put in the white. Right. So this is actually very white. Let's go back down to the very bottom, so I don't do again what I did just now with the ear, because that was just embarrassing. Right. Actually, that's just background. Very difficult to tell from the photograph, actually, because I've got shadow and black coloring, which is difficult. Okay. Well, let's stick with a soft brush, smaller, because I've got some highlights that need to be done here. No, because there is quite a bit of much lighter coat around there. And yeah, that is actually about right. So let's stick with that. So that's basically where the eye socket is, more or less. Okay. So let me just make that a lot smaller. Yeah, so I think the last thing that needs to be done is put on the spots, and I think I may put those on a different layer because they are very well defined. They don't really blend in to anything else, so okay. That's where things get tricky because I want to get them perfect, and I know that's not gonna happen. That is so not gonna happen. Okay. Well, let's put a fairly. Let's see what does that look like with a. Okay, yeah, that's pretty soft. Okay, here goes. So there's a. Let's make that a bit bigger. It's quite a large spot up here. No, those are wrong. Oop. It should be interesting to see if I were to overlay this with the original painting, how well I'm doing this. That I might do that at a later point, just to see how accurate my painting is. So that is actually quite a bit bigger. And that it's amazing how, if you don't get the spots entirely right, it looks so very wrong. So very unbalanced. If this is not, well, spot on as it were. Oh, actually, let's see if there's anybody. Is there anybody else in the chat? Sorry, I have not been looking recently. Yeah, hello everybody. Delotix, Erops, Emoflub, joint effort. Hope you're enjoying the stream. We've been quiet, so I'm sorry because I've been checking the chat to see if anybody said anything. I can't see the participants list that easily, not without switching views. So sorry about that. Welcome to the stream. Hope you like it. Hope you like big cats. Hope you're not allergic. And let's get back to this. I think the ones I'm doing are far too small. The spots. Something looks really off about these. I can't really put my finger on it. And actually I need that to be a lot darker. Yeah. Okay, well I'll continue with the spots for now. If nothing else, they're going to be easy to erase. I might just randomize them a little bit. So no spots on the nose directly. And they kind of taper out towards here. That bit actually needs to be darker because that's almost the same color as those spots. Right, back to the spots. So yeah, it looks a bit freaky, doesn't she? Yeah. Yeah, it's not. I say sorry. I'm not a great artist just yet. Don't know if I'll ever be, but it's fun. It's fun trying. It's a great deal of fun trying to be good. Alright, and then she gets freckles down here where whiskers are. And she's got this one absolutely enormous big spot just here, just basically coming under here. It's kind of weird because I'm not. It kind of goes into the shadow. It might actually be part of her mouth. I don't really know. That is really difficult to tell from the photograph because it could be. It looks like coat though. It looks like fur. It does. It actually does look like a single big spot. Actually, it looks like a big spot, right? So let me just get that color again. On the right layer. I'm in the spots layer, aren't I? Yeah, I am in the spots layer. Why? Why does that look so much browner? Alright, need to make that a bit darker because it's, I don't know if it's that the perceived value is different, but it definitely is looking, I mean that's supposed to be black and it's definitely not. Actually, that is in the wrong place. Let's get rid of that. Because that is actually here. Oh, that's more like it. So what we've got there is really what you get from her mouth. So let's go with a, actually let's go with an eraser. Make that a, that's supposed to be an eraser, isn't it? Why is that? Oh, vector eraser. No, soft eraser. Very, very soft eraser. I want a very soft eraser here. That's right. Okay, this may need a little bit going back and forth to get this right. I've got a very, very soft brush here. I may need to make this actually bigger than I want it to be. So let's just make that bigger. Right, and then go in with the eraser and just make that quite a soft erase. Okay, and no. Okay. And then change that over to a hard eraser again and just get rid of the fuzziness down here. Right, okay, that's not looking, it's looking a bit rubbish, but it's not looking totally rubbish, which I guess is a bit of a win. So that is actually a lot bigger, a bit of white. All right. Okay, and I'm still missing some spots. So get back to the spots. Out. Damn spot. All right, let's take a look at the whole thing. I think I can just about live with that. Although I need that to be bigger still. I think I might actually need just a bigger brush for that. No, I went into something, blended something in that I did not want to blend in. So let's make this smaller, make a darker color. This this is actually going a lot further, that's why. Right, that's why this is not looking right. That needs to be a much darker and much more intense color. Let's make that bigger. Okay, now, yeah, this is what this needed. Same thing here. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and now background, gray background, boring, 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 boring. Let's make that a bit of, let's put in a bit of a green wash there. A bit of texture. That's the nice thing about layers. You know, I can just work on the background layer without having to worry about changing the foreground. Okay, now let's give that a bit of a glow. Let's see what that looks like if I just put in a bit of a glow around Jags. And blend. Oh, not a hard blend. Soft blend there. Okay. So let's check that. Oh yeah, whiskers. I forgot the whiskers. And I'm going to put the whiskers on their own layer as well. Above here. It's odd because she's got very black and very white whiskers. So yes, that's two. Actually, whiskers need to go above that layer too. Right. Not quite. That's a bit too white. And that's far too yellow. And too thin, actually. So let's put that into a bit of a grey. Too grey. And still far too thin. Actually, I think they need to be properly white. Some which are just downright black. Go figure. And around her eyes as well. it looks weird. That's what they look like, though. Let's make that a little more opaque. Right. It looks weird. It's how it looks on the photograph, but it does not look right. But I'm going to go with what the photograph tells me, in all honesty. Okay, that's the spots layer, isn't it? Yeah, I think I still need to put in a few more spots. Much smaller, much smaller, much smaller, much smaller. So. Bit too hard. Those are. Brush size needs to just be upped a little bit. Yeah, she's got those couple of little freckles which seem to be in odd spaces. Oh, there you go. That's Jagsy. She's a lovely girl. Lovely freckly girl. No, that one can go. That freckle can go. Okay. Right. Well, I'm actually reasonably happy with this. So, let me first of all save this. And then, let me go on camera again. Yeah, nice auto zoom, not just an auto focus, but an auto zoom. So yeah, I hope you found this amusing, instructional, or whatever. Hopefully not boring. And I'll be here again, same time next week. So that's 7 p.m. UK time, or hour and 3/4 earlier than it is now. On Thursday, I'll be continuing to stream Tales from Monkey Island, and on Sunday, I'll be continuing to stream, hopefully finishing Beneath the Steel Sky, and probably starting Beyond the Steel Sky. So that should be interesting. Schedule is on my Twitch channel. So yeah, have a look there whenever you want. It'll give you the exact times in your time zone as well. So that's always good to have. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next week or next stream. Bye now.